CPA versus ROAS. Which one is the best metric to know if you have a winning product and to analyze your products consistently over a period of time? So if you're confused between CPA and ROAS, you're not alone. Let me break it down the simplest way possible for you. So what is CPA? So CPA equal cost per acquisition. This tells you how much it costs to get a customer. Example, if your CPA is $10, you make $30 profit. You're really making 20 and you make $30 profit, you're really making $20 profit per sale. Simple, right? So basically, it's just how much does it cost you to acquire a client? That's what it really is. So if your product makes you $30 profit margin. So after you sell it, you make $30 and you remove the cost of the acquiring a buyer, let's say $10, well, you have $20 in your pocket. So what is ROAS? So ROAS is return on ad spend. This shows you how much you earn for every dollar you spend on ads. So example, if your break-even ROAS is $1, is one. If your break-even ROAS is one and you get a ROAS of 3, that means for every dollar you spend, you get 3 back, a 3x return. So simple. So one is basically, okay, how much does it cost me to have a customer minus the sale? And the other one is, okay, so I'm spending that much to have to have a client. How much am I getting back? And this is what is the ROAS. So which one is better? So the missing factor, order value. So the problem with order value is this. So let's say your CPA is 30 and you think you're barely breaking minimum. You're barely breaking even, because on here, as you can see, I said that it was $30 profit margin. So your CPA is 30. So you get a sale and your CPA is 30. So it means that you paid $30 to gain that client, but your profit is $30. So you made actually zero money. But wait, your customer buys 2 or 3 units instead of 1. So let's say that your customer buys, let's say three hats instead of 1. So you sell 1 hat. The $30 is your profit margin for every hat sold, but that person buys 3 hats instead, or let's say 2 hats. Well, that means you're actually making $60 to $90 in revenue, not just 30. So if your profit is 30 and now you made 60 to 90 because you sold 2-3 hats, the CPA doesn't show that. So what does that mean? What am I trying to say here? What am I trying to say is, if you're like, okay, because I made these mistakes in the past. You're like, okay, so it cost me $15 to acquire a customer. That's my CPA. And my profit margin is $30. So I pocket $15 every single time that I have a sale. But now let's say that your CPA rise because, of ad costs, because you've been scaling too fast, whatever is the reason. And now your CPA is $28 and your profit margin remains $30, then you're only making $2. But the problem is, most of the product that we sell, they get like 2-3 sales at a time. So people buy more than 1 unit. So it's not 2-3 sale, it's still 1 sale, but it's more than 1 unit. So instead of making a $30 profit margin, I'm making 60 or even 90 or even 120 sometimes. So even if it costs $30 to acquire a client, I'm not actually making 30. I'm making 90. So minus 30, I'm left with $60 profit margin. But if I look at the unit level, like 1 by 1 purchase, then I'm basically breaking even. I'm like, okay, I'm not making money because I'm spending $30. But yeah, that's for 1 unit. And most people don't take that in consideration. They have a high CPA, but they're getting a lot of sales and people buying more than 1 unit. So it is extremely, extremely important that you follow your KPIs. So now, Why ROAS win? ROAS does include how much people are spending. If people buy more, your ROAS goes up, and that's a clear signal that your products and funnel are working. So final answer, ROAS is the best overall metrics to measure your dropshipping success because it shows you the full picture, how much you spend versus how much you earn. So if you have, let's say you're looking at your ROAS and you have people buying more, then you're, even if they have you have 5 people that bought. If you have a CPA of, like I said, 28, and you have 5 sales at $30 each, you're only making pennies actually. So you're like, I'm only making pennies. This isn't worth running. But on this scenario here, because those 5 clients bought 2-3 units, the ROAS will be like super high, will be 12, will be like 10, 11. So it will say, oh, for every dollar that I invest, I get $10 back. So I don't need to close the campaign because I'm actually making profit. I'm actually super profitable. So this is what I wanted to speak with you about, guys, because a lot of people, they look at CPA and they look at ROAS, and let's be honest, CPA is an incredible metrics because it tells you at a low level when you're just testing products, it's easy to look. ROAS, you need to calculate your break-even ROAS. It's a little bit more complicated. And if you're testing a lot of products, then calculating your ROAS every single time, kind of long, to be honest. So I only look at the CPA at the beginning. So let's say if I'm testing a product, and I know most people will buy, when you're scaling and you optimize and you add up sales, you get bundles application. Now people buy more than one, but at the beginning, people buy fairly 1 or 2 item at most. So it's very easy to manage, and I don't need to look at my ROAS. I just need to look at my CPA. But after, if I truly have a winning product and I'm scaling this thing and I'm taking this thing seriously, then I'm going to calculate my break-even ROAS, and I'm going to look at my ROAS because this metric is way more accurate than this one. But like I said, I'm not going to calculate my ROAS on every product that I test. This doesn't make any sense. It's too much time wasting. So I would just look at the CPA, and when I have a winning product, I will look at the ROAS. That's the best way that I could go around it, to be honest. So, hey guys, if you have any question, hopefully I didn't confuse any of you, because I know it's a little bit hard to understand, but I tried to make it as simple as possible. If you still have any question, anything, let me know down in the comments below. I will be more than happy to help you with this. And yeah, wish you all an amazing rest of the day, guys. Don't forget, guys, if you have a question about product, then it's going to be for my brother. My brother will reply about any product research, and ads I will be replying. So you can send us messages, send messages to him, send messages to me privately. And if you're interested into getting into the mentoring program, send us a private message. Like my brother says every single time, you need to be ready. Don't make us waste our time, because we have a lot of application. We don't take everybody, and it's just what it is. So like I said, it's just what it is. I wish you all an amazing rest of your day. Take care. I'm still tired, but I still show up and do what I have to do. And I hope that you too. Peace out.